Hi, my name is Pam Doneen, and in this video, I'm going to share with you 12 tips to stay 100% on the Nutrisystem program. It's 12 tips that I personally use. I did another video with 10 tips, but it would have been way too long if I would have put all the tips together. So this is a second video. They're not in any order. So anyway, let's get started. So tip number 1 is know your why and write it down. So one of my whys is I want to be able to hike and be in the woods and enjoy the time with my kids. My kids love hiking and being in the woods. So I want to be able to enjoy that. A couple summers ago, we hiked into this lake. The first day I did fine. I made it in and I felt pretty good. Well, the second day, my kids decided they wanted to go on a day hike. And I'm like, oh, great, I want to do that. So as we were going up the hill on this day hike, I got to a point where I'm like, okay, I can't make it. I'm going to sit here. You guys get me on the way out. I was exhausted. So anyway, they weren't having it. So my kids and my husband were encouraging me, you can do it. They put some catchy tunes on their phone, kept saying, you can do it, come on. And I did make it, but it wasn't that enjoyable for me because it was really difficult. And part of the problem, the big problem, was I was carrying 20 extra pounds up the hill. 20 pounds is a lot. So anyway, I just want to be able to enjoy it and have a good time hiking up a hill, not making it be a struggle. Another why is I just want to be healthy as I get older. I want to be around for my kids. I want to be around for grandkids and to be able to enjoy them. And then the other thing was I do want to look better in clothes and I just want to look better. So I wrote them down, and if I felt like cheating, I could look at my whys. Number 2, and this is a biggie, is stop making excuses. Just stop. So one big excuse I see online a lot is people piping up and saying, this diet doesn't work. I can't lose any weight. Well, are you sticking on the program? Because if you are, you will lose weight. When you have a calorie, decrease, you will lose weight, but you got to do the program. It's not super fast. It's not like a crash diet where you just lose a lot and then gain it back. It's 1 to 2 pounds a week. It's pretty steady. Another excuse I do see is people will pipe in and say, it's too expensive, I can't afford it. Well, I'm not talking about people that have actually lost their jobs. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the same people that when they're not doing the Nutrisystem plan, they're going through drive-thrus and buying hamburgers and milkshakes, or buying fancy coffees, or buying junk food that's overpriced at the grocery store and throwing food waste away at the end of the week because you didn't eat it. Because on Nutrisystem, you're not gonna waste any food. You will eat it all. So I'm talking about that. And I did a video on how to get Nutrisystem for way cheaper. It's the price of a coffee drink. So you can go check that video. And anyway, that's another one. Or people that are cheating all the time and not sticking to the program and making excuses for themselves for why they were cheating. And I want to share with you one gal on this Facebook group that I'm in for Nutrisystem did this comment, and I'm going to read it to you because I was so inspired by it. It was really pretty cool. So I wrote this down. Let me read it to you. Her name was Heather, and she writes in, she goes, seriously struggling today. My mom was diagnosed today with stage 3 breast cancer, and all I want to do is knock off work early, drink a bottle of wine, and eat an entire pot of macaroni and cheese. I guess it's safe to say I'm an emotional eater. Tell me what you guys do to stay the course when big, giant emotional boulders has been dropped right in your path. And people were writing in, you know, trying to give her tips. And even some people were saying, oh, just cheat, I would, or, you know, and then other people were just, you know, just giving their encouragement. So anyway, later on in the post, she writes to say what she did. And here's what Heather did. She goes, thank you so much for all your kind words. I cried it out, texted a friend and my sister, did a dirty 30 on the elliptical, and got in the shower to wash it all away. Now I'm ready for a single glass of wine and Nutrisystem macaroni and cheese that is still in my freezer. Then she went on to talk about her mom. And, you know, if anyone had reason to cheat, it would have been Heather. And this was just very inspirational to me that she took a bad thing where she wanted to go off plan and did all these things to stay on target. So anyway, stop making excuses. That's what I'm going to just say. Number 3 is eat all your food. Don't be thinking in your head, well, I'm going to not eat it all. The less calories I'm eating, the faster I'll lose the weight, and then throw your body into starvation mode, and then you don't lose any weight at all. So don't do that. You know, just enjoy the process. Enjoy your food and settle into it. So don't skip out on your food. Number 4 is plan, plan, plan. And by planning, what I'm talking about, say you're going on a trip on an airplane, make sure that you have ordered the shelf-stable food so you can pack it in your suitcase and not have to worry about it. If you're going on a car trip, you can take a cooler, so that's not a problem. Or planning for a family birthday party. If you're going to a birthday party, make your own dessert that you can enjoy when they're having cake. It's not about eating the same thing. It's about enjoying the celebration with people. Or if you're invited to dinner, take your own food and contribute like a side dish that you can have on plan. One of the things I planned for this year was Thanksgiving dinner, and I wanted to enjoy it with my family and just enjoy Thanksgiving. And so I'm going to show you what I did for Thanksgiving dinner this year. Before I do though, if you could hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell, I'd really appreciate it. So let's go take a look at how I planned for Thanksgiving this year. I wanted to show you a Nutrisystem Thanksgiving holiday dinner with absolutely no cheating whatsoever. I did a mixed green salad with arugula added for a little extra spice to it. And I used the raspberry vinaigrette dressing. 1 tablespoon is 1 extra. I have cranberry sauce, which is a smart carb. Black olives, 6 to 7 small black olives equals an extra. Roasted carrots with fresh rosemary and Johnny's seasoning salt. And the main course is the turkey medallions and mashed potatoes, which is this Nutrisystem meal here. Then I also did 4 ounces of wine, which you get to do that twice a week, and a flavored seltzer water. This is the perfect Thanksgiving dinner. No cheats whatsoever. You'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference between this Thanksgiving meal and one that had cheating on it. Happy Thanksgiving. Didn't that dinner look good? You can't tell me that didn't look like everybody else's Thanksgiving dinner. And I did the exact same thing for Christmas, and not one family member complained about having to eat Thanksgiving dinner twice. The thing I did add to it was Dan Fit and Light yogurt came out with a pumpkin pie flavor. So I put that on a fancy china plate with some of the fat-free Cool Whip and ate pumpkin pie with the family. So anyway, plan. Number 5 is get enough rest. There are so many studies showing that overweight people are usually not getting enough sleep. So get your sleep so that the next day you can feel refreshed and have energy, because the more energy you have, the more calories you're going to burn. So anyway, sleep is so important for us to get. Number 6, getting into a rhythm. Kind of like with the sleep routine. I go to bed at the same time, get up at the same time. I kind of eat my meals at the same time. Just sort of, our bodies like rhythm and routine. And once I figured out the diet and started getting into a routine, it was almost like I was in some kind of zone. And if there was temptations around, I had blinders on. So finding your rhythm with the whole program can be really helpful. So number 7 is support. It's great to have family support. If you don't have a supportive family, find a good friend. But support is so important. Another thing, I'm a member of 3 Facebook groups that are to do with Nutrisystem. And everybody on those Facebook groups are so supportive, really encouraging. And then also I watch other YouTube videos of people that have tips or that are doing the Nutrisystem program, and I feel support that way. And then also the Nutrisystem counselors, if you're needing help, they're there for us to call. That's part of the program. And I call them quite often asking questions, and they're always so kind and supportive. So utilize the Nutrisystem counselors as well. Number 8 is surround yourself with positive. I don't watch the news anymore because it's too negative for me. And I don't go on my regular Facebook group because there's too many comments in there that are upsetting to me. So even like with movies I watch uplifting movies, not movies that are going to be upsetting to me or that have a lot of crime or shooting in them. I just want to keep things positive, and I want to stay around positive people that talk about positive stuff. And one of the things I've been doing is reading positive books, because if I read something positive in my day or just before I go to bed at night, I feel so much happier. So let me show you a couple of the books that I'm reading right now. These are the books that I'm reading right now. I'm reading The Life-Changing Magic of Tidying Up by Marie Kondo, and I'm pairing that one with Clutter's Last Stand. Those are because I'm working on my house and my surroundings. At the same time, I'm working on my physical body. So those two are kind of like for house. This one, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, is the perfect one to be reading while on Nutrisystem. It's just, I just can't say enough about this book. So anyway, these are the 3 that I'm reading to move myself in a forward direction in life, and loving all 3 of them. So those are the books I'm reading right now, and when I'm done with those, I will find some more positive books to read. So moving on to number 9, make your food presentable. It comes in the plastic containers that you microwave, but once you pull it out of the microwave, put it on a nice plate with your vegetables and make it presentable. It's about loving ourselves and loving ourselves enough to make our food look really good and nutritional. So make it presentable and enjoyable, and enjoy your food. So number 10 is accept that there are going to be plateaus. I hit plateaus. I even gained weight some weeks. with sticking 100%. But as long as you stay the course, you will lose again. So just realize it will happen, and your weight will go in the right direction again if you stay on plan. Number 11 is part of the plan is staying hydrated by drinking 64 ounces of water. So make sure you get your water in. It keeps us flushed out. It keeps us feeling good. And I've showed my water bottles before, but I have these two 40-ounce bottles that I fill in the morning, and when they're gone, I know I've drank enough water. So I have these two water bottles that I use. And then my last one that I have is breathe. Just breathe. If you're feeling stressed out, do the deep breaths in, hold, and then release. And just do this a few times until you can recenter and start moving forward again. Anyway, thank you for watching my video. I appreciate you. Again, if you could do the like, subscribe, and the notification bell, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Have an amazing week, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much.